Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave review. Quicksave review is basically a Let's Play mixed with a review for a game that I'm currently playing, and I'm currently playing Towaga Among Shadows. Now this is a cool game where you play as a sorcerer who basically tries to stand his ground in the middle of all these enemies coming after him. It's wave-based, so a ton of enemies will come at you at first, and you basically stand your ground in one spot and just try to take them out as fast as you can with your abilities. On top of that, with this game, you might be able to tell this was originally designed for iOS. It was designed for iPhones and iPads, probably on Android at this point. I have no idea. But I believe the game was actually originally on Apple Arcade. So some of you may have seen this on your phone at one point, possibly. But now it's on the Switch. And I can confirm, actually, that this is a pretty cool Switch game. Like, you may look at phone games in a certain light and say, like, it's a phone game, whatever. But this is actually pretty cool. It is $15, so keep that in mind. It is at the moment $13.49 because it is a pre-sale. The game is not out. It comes out on June 25th on the Switch here. Let's jump in, show you some gameplay, see if this is a game you will be interested in. We left off at level 9 out of 42 here. You can see this is the story mode. Basically, you go a few levels, take out a boss, and then go to the next few levels, take out a boss, unlock abilities, that kind of thing. You can upgrade your abilities, but we'll go over that just as soon as we play a little bit of the game here, so you guys can see if this is something that you will be interested in. Now, here you go. You stand in your one spot here, and you fight enemies with your crazy light beam here. When they get too close, you have this ability where you can explode and destroy them, which I find very, very cool. One of the things is that there are other abilities you can unlock, which I really dig. But the unfortunate part about that is that I do have one other ability. I think it would be really cool if you had all abilities available to you at all times, because you can see there's a cooldown on your ability, but you basically like hit a certain button to decide which one you want to use at the time, right? I feel like that would be a better decision. Having to pick which one you want to use per fight or per wave, I feel like is kind of a detriment. I mean, it would add more strategy to, like, you know, let me use my my Blizzard ability when I feel like it, you know, as opposed to like making me pick one to use. So I don't know. I haven't seen a real reason to not include all of them at once, but there we go. There you go. There's plus 50. Oops, it says hurry up. So we're gonna have enemies attacking here while I'm trying to break open these shards and get some extra shards that I can spend on upgrades, which is pretty fun. Oh, take these guys out. There we go. Your health bar and your cooldowns are up in the top left there. And now we're back on the temple here. So you do have a few different, environments that you're working in. You have the like blizzardy area we were just in. We just cleared phase 9. We're going to move on to phase 10 here. You have this like Aztec temple area here. One of the cool things that they have in this game we will get to in a second, though, is that the game becomes kind of a shoot 'em up in a way, where you get to eventually go up in the sky and you fly around using your light beam. And I find that to be probably the best part of the game if I had to pick. This is the current boss we're going after here. He hasn't really said anything. He just kind of zooms around and doesn't say anything. Oh. I hit A, whatever that guy was doing. Oh, he must not be a boss. He must just be a new enemy that they're showing off. The first boss actually showed up and taunted you before you fought him a few phases later. May not be the case here. I really like the art style of this game. It looks like a, a few ticks down from like a Disney-style game. Or a Disney-style movie, I should say. And I really like the animation. It's sort of got this like stilted, there's only like maybe like 4 or 5 frames per animation on the characters, but it really works. It's almost got like, it kind of reminds me of Guacamelee a bit. Something that Drinkbox Studios would do. But so far, I really like this game. I think it's really well produced. You can tell TLC went into it. You can tell it has like a really nice art style, and they put a lot of time into that as well. The only thing that really gets me on this game is I feel like it's a bit overpriced. And I don't know how much it is actually on iOS. I don't know if it is a $15 game there. This strikes me as a game that would be like maybe a $12 game. It would be a shoe-in for sure at a $10 game. Like if it was $10, I'd be like, yeah, go for it. 15 seems just a little bit high for what it is so far. And I think really what you're paying for there is you're paying for the quality of the art, you're paying for all the other features of the game, because there are other modes in the game, which we'll get to in just a second here. So after certain phases, you do unlock pages of story and that kind of thing that you could read. When you encounter new enemies, there's a bestiary, so you can read about the enemies if you're into that kind of thing, which is cool. So there, we cleared phase 10. Let's actually head back out to the menu, since we've gotten some gems here. And now at this point, and you might notice too, between loading scenes there, it chops up just a little bit. When the character should be like smoothly landing back on the rock, it chops up a bit, which I was a little disappointed by. Let's go to profile. So from here, you could see, if we go to spells, you can see I have the first spell, which is Wind Gush, which is what we were using there. I also have Blizzard Blast, which will basically enhance your current like light wave and make it freeze enemies and make it like that much bigger too. So you can actually upgrade these for 100 if you want. I haven't actually upgraded them at all yet, so I might come back and do that. But on top of that, you also have your build. You can increase your life points, your life recovery, your mana points, your mana recovery. Like both of those I haven't upgraded. I might do those in my Wind Gush. You can also do the size of your beam and your beam damage. So let's go ahead and do the mana. And we'll go back to spells. I use the wind one much more, so we'll upgrade. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh no, those were more expensive than I expected. Okay, well next time, once we get the next 100, we'll come back and do that. But yeah, you can see there's only going to be 6 abilities in here. I don't see why we don't have a reason. Like, maybe let the player pick up to 3 abilities they could take into a level, and then, you know, they can hit on the dialogue, you know, the D-pad, like, left, up, or right, and you just pick whichever one you want to use at the moment. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, it seems kind of strange to not let the player be able to do that, or even use the trigger buttons. I don't think the trigger buttons do anything. Like, I think ZL is the only thing that triggers a main power like that. So there is a multiplayer mode. I have not played it, but as you can see here, it says make the sky tremble in a series of intense fights against your friends. So basically you could use the beam, you know, against friends if you want to do that. So you do have that mode. We just played a bit of the story mode, so basically it's just like wave after wave until you get to bosses. You do have a survival mode, which I just played. You can see my best score is not great because my guy is not super uber powerful at the moment. But you will see here, though, that there is a leaderboard. You can see that I am number 3. No one can ever take that away from me. You see it in this video. It's been documented. I am level 3. But you can see the guy number 1 has a much higher score, and I guarantee that is because they played through the whole game and probably upgraded their character. This is actually what I wanted to show you here, though, is the flying mode. So this is survival, but in flying mode, and this is like more of the like shoot 'em up style version of the game. So you can actually move the character around now and take enemies out this way. You can still use your abilities. You can actually get a boost by hanging out in these little pods here. And I love getting all those enemies around me and using the ability. It's just so much fun. There we go. But you can see the enemies are swarming me pretty hardcore, right? And I'm waiting for my abilities to charge up here. There we go. Take them out. Oh, they're right around me here. Taking a lot. I'm almost dead already. Alright, we got this guy just throwing energy balls at us. There we go. The other thing I don't like about this mode is that the enemies seem to like just pop up wherever they feel. There's not really any designated area where they pop up. I feel like they could have like put like a centralized area where the enemies spawn in at the beginning of a wave. They basically just warn you like, hey, wave 2 is starting, and then enemies just start showing up and you're not sure where to go. The other thing too is when the enemies are off screen, let's retry that one. When the enemies are off screen, I wish they would give like a little red triangle or little red circle indicator that it's like, hey, there's still an enemy over here that you need to take out. Little things like that, you know, that I think would be super, super helpful in this mode, because otherwise it could be a little annoying. But I do think that this mode is like the more fun mode of the two. I like the other one as well, but I think that this one just adds a little bit more variety, that you can move the character. You're not just standing in one position or whatever. I'm trying to get into that little circle, but the enemies are just totally hogging it. There we go. Take that guy out. Alright, who's next? Or rather, who's left, that's what I should say. There we go, wave 2. Now, you see how the enemies just kind of, like, randomly show up? Like, I like the way they show up. I like the animation sequence that they kind of come in via those, like, balls of light or whatever, but it can be a little infuriating when you're trying to get away from them and they just, like, pop up right in front of you and hit you. Oh, hit those light balls. Gotta get into that circle. It can be really hard to get into that circle, too, when they are crowding it. I am near death here. Oh, wave 4. Got a little further than we got last time, I think. Oh, they get too close. I can't do anything. There it is. That is death. Game over. Check out the leaderboard in this one. Yeah, still 3. But oh well. Let's head back. There is one final mode that you can play in this game if you so choose. You head over to the Void Realm. This is the realm you want to play after you finish the game, because it says only the fiercest will walk upon this path and emerge victorious. We can't actually even play it. You can see the play button in the bottom right is actually locked, so we can't play it. But yeah, guys, that's really the crux of the game. That's the whole game there. I actually think it's a pretty cool game. I think it's a little steep on price, to be honest. But I guess that is not really my choice to make if you guys want to pay more, or if, you know, money is no object for you. But for me personally, I'm definitely gaming on a budget these days, and I don't think that this is a game that I would pay $15 for, you know. But that's just, like I said, that's just me. I will say, though, that obviously my priorities are different than yours. What I look for in a game may be different than what you're looking for in a game, and you might look at this and go, wow, this is exactly what I want right now. So cool. Check it out, man, you know? Because it's not a bad game at all. Like I said, I love the art style. I love the animation. Get some health back there. Really like the enemy variety. The enemy variety is really cool. There's just a few hiccups there that I would probably change with the game. Like I said, making all your abilities available to you when you're playing, I think, is one of the things I would definitely change about the game. I was going to say, someone's got to be left here. There we go, get some health back. Ah! Now, when they close in on you, it's like... it's a little stress-inducing. But using that... Oh, they got me! I wasn't able to make it. You failed. Don't give up. So you do get a small bit of shards there when you fail, which is nice. At least they give you something. It's not enough to really upgrade with, I don't think, but it's something at least. But yeah, guys, that's Towaga Among Shadows, actually. Yeah, it's a cool little game. Just might be a little steep on price or whatnot. If you know, this interests you, and you know, you maybe you don't want to play it on Switch or whatever, maybe you'd want to see what the touch controls are like, you can check it out on iOS as well, from what I understand. But there you go, guys. That is the game, and of course, I'll see you all next time.